The Italian press broke the story that he was in London 18 months ago. So the question is why it took them 18 months, the British police 18 months, to arrest him now. The Italian authorities complain that Britain doesn't recognise their very important anti-mafia law, anti-mafia association law, and that was the problem with the extradition. You have to understand that a mafia boss is in charge of an organisation, and so he's often at several removes from any particular crime, so it's often quite difficult to get him. And one of the functions of this anti-mafia law is to get you for being part of that organisation. But that's a law that's not recognised in the UK.
As far as Sicily is concerned, tell us a bit about the mafia on Sicily. That tends to be where most people think that the mafia has its heartland. Yeah, I mean,
Italy doesn't just have one mafia. It has three major mafias, a number of other minor ones, but historically the most powerful is Cosa Nostra, the Sicilian mafia. It's a secret society of criminals. It's about 150 years old. It specialises in extortion and trafficking, and particularly in infiltrating the Italian state. So it's very, very difficult to uproot. We're in a particularly interesting phase of the history of the mafia. You may well know that Silvio Berlusconi, one of his close associates, has been charged and deconvicted of working for the mafia. Yet at the same time, the mafia's had severe damage inflicted on it in recent years. The commission, the ruling body of Cosa Nostra, doesn't seem to have met since 1993.
Aficionados of The Sopranos will know, of course, that the links between the mafia in other parts of the world all go back to either Italy or Sicily. Is that just fiction, or does that happen?
No, that's true. I mean, mafia is a sort of catch-all word like Hoover, and applies to organised crime. Is used to apply to organised crime all around the world. Chinese mafias and so on. They're a different matter, but there are Italian origin mafia organisations which do have bases around the world. The most extensive at the moment is the 'Ndrangheta, the mafia of Calabria, which has bases on 3 continents, colonies on 3 continents.
And how powerful is let's just use that umbrella term again, mafia, how powerful are they now as an organisation?
Well, they're not quite as powerful as they were in the 1980s, where they seriously threatened to turn large parts of southern Italy into a kind of narco state. There's still essentially a criminal regime in some parts of southern Italy. There are bits of Italian territory that but are not under the effective control of the Italian state. So they're still a huge power, and they're very important in international crime in terms of trafficking and so on and so forth. I suspect that this particular man, Rancadore, is in London, was here for a number of reasons, but either because he was on the run from the law, or because he was on the run from his colleagues in the mafia, and quite possibly also for reasons of money laundering. The London property market, the city, that kind of thing, make London quite an attractive base for any wandering emissaries of Cosa Nostra.